Hello, I am Scott.
I'm Amelia, and we're
Amelia
Reviews.
Today,
we saw Avengers Age of Ultron yesterday.
Yes. The very anticipated Age of Ultron. I was very excited for it. And overall, I loved it. I thought it was a huge blast. It was a lot of fun. Very entertaining. There are some flaws. It's not perfect. Overall, pretty good. Okay, so basically, if you don't know, it's about an evil AI that Tony Stark launches, and it turns to it's not initially Ultron. It's not turned evil, then it turns evil pretty quickly, and then Ultron tries to kill everybody, take over the world, and they have to stop him.
Superhero movie stuff.
Yeah, and this you have all the Avengers from the first one are back. Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. The two Chris's, Chris Hemsworth and Evans, not Pratt. He's not in this. There's three in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but yeah, Star-Lord's not in this. Then you got Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, and Kobe Smulders is back as Maria Hill, and Nick Fury's in there a little bit as well, I was about to say Nick Fury's in there as Samuel Jackson. Sam Jackson's in there as Nick Fury, and then you have a few new characters. You got Elizabeth Olsen is playing Scarlet Witch, and Aaron Taylor Johnson is playing Quicksilver, and Andy Serkis plays I think Ulysses Claw was his name, and
no idea.
Yeah, the guy that was that'd be a spoiler, but okay. Ultron was voiced and motion captured by James Spader, and there's a character showing up called Vision, who's played by Paul Bettany, and that's the cast. So you got a few new characters. I thought, oh yeah, we need that. I thought all those new characters were great. I especially love Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch was awesome.
Yes, I love her.
She has magic powers. I don't think anyone actually refers to her as Scarlet Witch during the movie.
Oh no,
but that's her official name.
Quicksilver either. They're referred to by their names. They're twins.
Weirdly enough, they don't look like twins to me.
But they don't, yeah.
Definitely not very identical.
Yes. There are Wanda and Pietro Maximoff. In the comics, they are the son and daughter of the twins of Magneto from the X-Men series, but
dude.
Yeah, they're Magneto's kids, but they can't really even refer to the X-Men stuff at all in this series because of legal stuff, they don't have the rights.
They were both cool. I like them. I like twins. Twins are fun.
They don't even have the rights to call them mutants in this one, even though they're officially mutants in the comics.
So they get their powers because they signed up for genetic testing and stuff, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like both of them a lot.
I kind of wanted to see more of that.
Quicksilver.
We saw do an origin story with them. That would be cool.
We saw Quicksilver in X-Men Days of Future Past.
He was so cool.
He was even better in that movie. That one was better. Though we didn't see him. It was a very small part in the X-Men movie. He's good in this one too, but not as good as the X-Men one, I don't think.
Not as good. Not as standoutish. Lots of fighting scenes, which is to be expected.
Oh yeah, that's what.
They were really awesome.
They are really awesome, really well done, really cool. There surprising amount of stuff with Hawkeye, who had a very small part in the first movie. He has a lot bigger part in this one.
He's not hypnotized for the whole film this time.
Yeah.
We get a lot more background on him.
A lot more background. You actually see some family members of his.
Surprisingly, he's not going to end up hooking up with Black Widow, which I totally thought was, I don't know. Apparently they just are friends.
There's a romance with Black Widow and somebody else in this one. I heard about that briefly before the movie.
I was mostly wondering if she was kidding to start with. And I don't know, just because it was very almost playful to a weird degree. It was and I really think he was confused. He was wait, was she really flirting with me or not? Who knows? He figures it out eventually. Is she way younger than him, or does he just look old because he's so tired from always turning into the Hulk and stuff? Do you know their ages at all?
I don't know.
I have no idea. She looks kind of younger than him, but then as it goes along, it's more believable. But then how that eventually wraps up towards the end is strange to me.
Yeah, we're talking about more specific spoilers at the end of the video, but yeah, there was a couple of things about the ending that were just kind of strange. The romance thing, yeah, when I first heard about it, I was like, that sounds weird, and I wasn't sure. But when I actually saw it, I wasn't sure at first either when I first started having. But I bought into it more and more, and it ended up being all right. Okay.
Ultron was cool.
Yeah, Ultron, he was awesome. He's really funny and I think really menacing and awesome. He's a great villain.
I really like the voice acting with that, like
James Spader.
How creepy he sounded.
Yeah.
And like maniacal. Without being too cartoonish. Like it wasn't like really cartoony. It was pretty believably scary. Like if someone said that stuff to me in real life, I would be freaked out by them.
Yeah, would be. My only really complaints are that, like I said, there's a couple things that don't really make sense towards the end story-wise, like mainly one, but and also it felt really long, and
it's really long. I was starting to get antsy.
It actually felt longer to me than it actually was, and there's a couple of scenes.
It was late at night, and we had a long day.
Oh yeah, we did have a really long day. That was the end of a really long day.
But
I don't
know. I got antsy. I was still entertained. Like I was still like following it. I wanted to know what happened. Still, it wasn't like I was like, man, I'm falling asleep or anything. But I just started to get antsy. Like I feel like I've been sitting here for a really long time. Like my butt's gonna fall asleep or something. I don't know.
I never felt bored or anything, but it felt really long. It felt longer than it actually was somehow. And I think a couple of the scenes kind of went on a bit too long. Like we were discussing earlier, the Hulkbuster and Hulk fight.
Yeah, the Veronica.
Yeah, they call it Veronica in the movie. It's also referred to as Hulkbuster outside the movie.
Yeah. That scene, while being very interesting, was also cool. Went on for a bit too long. I was like, and now he's gonna knock him out. No. No, it's not. Wait, this will be the end. No.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just felt like they could have spent some of that screen time doing something a little bit more character developy or story developy.
Yeah, that went on a bit too long.
Besides just smashing shit forever. Yeah.
Anything else?
It was kind of chaotic at times. But I mean, it's supposed to be because it's chaos.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I kind of felt like lots of stuff was going on all at once. The Scarlet Witch is like visions and stuff that she made them see, because she has like mind powers, which is really cool. Another reason why she's really cool. We saw some backstory with Black Widow very briefly, and that instant thoughts, whoa, creepy. They need a Black Widow movie. Seriously.
Not like the
I would love to make that. Oh yeah, the SNL skit was funny.
Black Widow,
if anybody has seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a funny skit. But an actual
serious
Black Widow movie would be really cool. In general, like besides just the Black Widow one, I really like her visions that she made the characters have. They all kind of gave us some more like character development to the characters.
I would love backstory with the twins, like seeing them as like kids. Like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like in the past.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But Black Widow needs a movie. It will be epic.
So I basically loved it. I mean, a couple of things I can complain about, but overall it's very fun, and I was very satisfied with it. I very much enjoyed it.
If you like superhero movies, if you like any of the other Marvel movies, you'll love it.
If you're into this stuff, you should love it. Yeah.
Pretty much obvious.
If you're like really not into the stuff, then of course you probably won't like it. But yeah, I thought it was very good. Very fun.
There's a lot more comedy than I was expecting.
Oh yeah, these movies. These movies always have some humor.
It was mostly serious, but like in the middle of a serious part, they would sometimes have something that was funny, and it didn't actually seem that weird, which was strange to me.
Yeah, I think these movies
kind of fit actually.
These movies kind of always do a good job with that. They always have some humor, but I think they always bounce them out and have them like still kind of serious stuff.
Some of it was a little bit. Certain lines were a little bit like, why are you making a joke?
That's true.
Totally inappropriate.
Sometimes.
But maybe that's just me.
I like it. It's kind of serious. It's not as like super dark serious like some other like more DC movies have been like that. Like Dark Knight and stuff. Those are really serious and dark.
I feel like this one was advertised like it might have been like way dark, and it was in certain areas.
It is in certain ways. Yeah.
Overall, no.
It's not
as much as it's about as dark as the first one.
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much,
not
which isn't that dark.
It's not as dark as most of. It's not as dark as any other Avengers Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Yeah. Daredevil was really dark. This is not like that. Yeah.
Not the movie, the TV show.
The movie was.
The movie was silly. I haven't seen it, but I've heard.
Yeah, it was silly. Anyway, so yeah, if you're into stuff, it is great. I loved it. A couple nitpicky and things and to say about some complaints, but overall very fun.
Smashing stuff, cool characters, cool powers.
I loved all the new characters.
Cool.
The new characters are all great additions, and all great acting. Anyway, I will give it an A. I don't think I can quite go for A+, but yeah, a solid A.
I will go B+.
That's actually what Stefan gave it. Good, cool. That's still a very good grade. So yeah, check out Avengers: Age of Ultron. That's we're going to talk spoilers in a minute. So if you have seen, or if you've already seen the movie, then stick around first. We're going to talk about more specific stuff.
Spoilers.
Yeah, but I want to keep that towards the end. So and if you haven't seen the movie, then don't watch the rest of this video after this, like this point, pretty much. Just, we loved it. If you haven't seen it, then go and see it, and thanks for watching. Okay, spoiler time.
Spoiler time.
Okay. Quicksilver died.
Yep. He died.
Yeah,
I was really shocked that he died.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't think that Hawkeye was going to die. I heard some other reviewers saying that, like, we got, so much of his backstory, they were getting you attached to him, that this was setting him up to die, and that's what they thought. I never thought that once.
Things do that a lot. The Walking Dead does it all the time.
Did you think he was
The Walking
die?
Dead, they like always focus on the character more and give them more development when they have a character
Am I
die.
just not observant?
About that, I guess not, because they always do it on The Walking Dead.
Wait.
Like they always
Did you think Hawkeye was
they
going to
focus
die?
on Beth a lot more before she died.
Yeah, but that was episodes before. Anyway. Did you think Hawkeye was going to die?
Not really, no. I wouldn't have been as surprised. I don't know, but I was more surprised about Quicksilver than I would have been for Hawkeye. But yeah.
It felt a little bit too early because, like, dude, we just got this character and he's already dead. But it wasn't really, story-wise, it made a lot of sense. And it was emotional and impacting and, like, they made you kind of scared for a minute that Hawkeye, who just got attached to and found out that he had a family and a pregnant wife and all this was, and then him with a kid, like, and his wife was like, come home safe, and like, oh my gosh, like, they can't kill him off, and then, yeah, so it was suspenseful.
Yeah. And
it really motivated Scarlet Witch, like, that scream afterwards, and when she goes and, like, rips out Ultron's heart at the end, awesome. So awesome.
Yeah, and story-wise, it's probably it's going to play into Scarlet Witch's development a lot. Like, it's going to affect her character a lot, and that's cool. And
I just thought it was kind of a shame, like, that we didn't really get to see much. Like, same movie he's introduced, he dies.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. And I did like him, so kind of bummer that we didn't get to see him for much longer.
Another reason why seeing them as kids in, like, a different movie would be cool, like their origin story. So then we would get to see more of them together.
It would have been it would have been nice to have them develop even more so in this movie than if they were going to come off in this one. Yeah. A
little more screen time.
Yeah. And they, especially when he died saving Hawkeye. So Hawkeye was close to dying if Quicksilver didn't save him. So it did kind of, they scared you into thinking Hawkeye might die, and then Quicksilver died instead. Yeah, that was suspenseful. The Hulk. I don't really understand quite why Hulk did what he did at the end.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to that earlier.
One thing I don't understand why he hasn't gained better control over his powers by now. Like, Tony Stark is a genius with all this, like, crazy technology. He can create something that would, like, biologically calm him, like a shot of hormones or some fancy thing for him to wear. Nobody's figured this out yet. It seems kind of weird that his character is still, like, in the same place he was in the beginning of the first movie. Like, no, my powers are scary, no. Which is compelling, but it's kind of weird that there's been, like, no progress. I mean, there's been some. The whole lullaby thing, which, honestly, that's a weird term for it. There's no singing going on. Why? I get it, kind of. Lullabies are soothing things, but I don't know. I was afraid when they said that, and then there was this pause with them in the forest, that she was going to start singing. And I'm like, oh my god, it's going to turn into a Disney movie. Any second now. The birds are going to fly out. Maybe tiny little Black Widow spiders would start crawling along and have a duet.
It is technically a Disney movie.
Oh yeah!
It's owned by Disney now.
I was afraid they were going to have Black Widow start singing. And I'm like, of course, the only female character, they're going to make her sing him a lullaby, literally. Go to sleep, little Hulk. Yeah. Thank God that did not happen. I was scared for a minute. But, weirdly enough, it looked like at the end, he finally started gaining some control over his powers when he, like, really nicely, like, scooped Black Widow up and, like, dropped her off, and then he purposefully got into a plane, and yes, he smashed more with Ultron and whatnot, but then he piloted a plane still as Hulk. That's not rage monster behavior. Neither is, you know, taking care of Black Widow and dropping her down nicely and making sure she's safe and whatnot. Like, so he's all hulked out and in control. So what does he do? Decide, oh my gosh, I have control of my powers. Now maybe it's safe for me to, like, be around other people and, you know, Black Widow and I could, like, adopt some kids or something. No, this is when he runs away.
Screw you all. Yeah, that was weird.
And nobody commented on the fact that he was piloting a plane as Hulk. Has this happened before? Really calmly. He was sitting there, like, really calmly. He was, like, meditative Hulk. But he's like, no, I'm still too dangerous. I have to leave. Which is just silly. Like, this is the last threat to the Earth that's ever gonna happen. So he's done now.
We know it's not.
Plus, I know he's concerned about the whole thing where, like, they had to bring out Veronica, the Hulkbuster thing. But, like, that's because Scarlet Witch did mind games. And now Scarlet Witch is on their side. So he shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, that was weird. I didn't really get that. I was like, what are you doing? The whole humans need to evolve thing that Ultron was saying was a little bit weird. He referenced real evolution, how, like, certain species die out and then, like, new ones populate the Earth and whatnot. But that's not really how evolution works. Yes, things die out, but they don't just... Most things don't just suddenly die out from murder. Like, yes, dinosaurs, whatnot. But technically, not all the dinosaurs died. Because crocodiles, birds, all birds are evolved from dinosaurs. Not common knowledge. But still. If you wipe everything out, nothing new can live. Because you killed everything. Yeah, that's not evolution. I was kind of confused why he's, like, really smart and has access to, like, all this data in the world and can't figure that out. I don't understand. But they did need him to be a bad guy. I think some of the AI was, like, human emotion, too, because he shows rage and whatnot, and acting impulsively. So maybe, which is really ironic, he wanted to eliminate humans for having those traits that he himself also had, which was weird.
Yeah. Flawed argument there for sure.
which was weird. So I thought he was supposed to be smart.
The mid-credit scene was pretty cool. That's setting up for what they've announced, basically Avengers 3. It's actually going to be titled Avengers Infinity War. It's actually going to be two separate Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. Which they've been saying that before. There's a character Thanos. You saw him a lot more in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, he's collecting all these gems and
I didn't remember who he was initially. I remembered that I had seen this person before.
Yeah,
alien? I don't know.
They tease him in the post-credit scene of, I believe, it's one of the other movies before, and he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's collecting these gems, which one of them is on Vision's head. So I don't know if he gets the gem eventually. I don't know. Does Vision die? I don't know. But yeah, in the mid-credit scene, he's like, fine, I'll do it myself or something. That was cool.
Which I guess means destroy the Avengers?
Yeah, he's gonna be...
So he was just like watching and he was like, hey, maybe this guy will succeed. I don't know. Does he have like a crystal ball? He's like Dumbledore. And watch stuff happening. I don't know.
I don't know.
He's magic. Magic space alien.
He's up in the galaxy and up in space, looking down on us. Thank God. But yeah, he's gonna be a big bad guy in the Infinity War movies. So that's setting that up. That was cool. Anyway, I guess that's about all. I don't know anything else to say now. So I guess that's it for our spoiler discussion of Avengers 2. Two Avengers, the two there. So yeah, that's it for our review, both spoiler and non-spoiler, of Avengers 2: Age of Ultron.
There's a dog licking my arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You can briefly see it.
Why she's doing
that. Sorry, we can't help that.
I warned you about animals popping up in our introductory.
So thank you for watching, especially if you watch this whole video. This is gonna be kind of long.
I'm gonna edit it.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit some, but it won't really get done to be like really short or anything. But yes. Thank you for watching this whole thing. If you did, thank you very much. Thank you for checking us out. If you like us talking about stuff like this, then subscribe, and there will be more. There will be lots more. I promise. And yeah, like it, comment too. If you're gonna talk about it, talk about the movie, comment and stuff, and yep, that's not pretty much it. I can't say that. Or Scamelia Reviews.
Scamelia Reviews.
Yes. Thank you.